Very good morning to all of you, my dear students. Today I am here with you next chapter, that is computer networks part first. In this chapter we will study about computer networks, evolution of networking, data communication terminologies and transmission media. So let's start about computer networks. The term networks generally means a networks or grouping of or connection between individual or many. A network may be of computers, may be of electricity, may be of water supply network, as we generally see in your in our day-to-day life. Networks of your friends also, it is also a network. So the same thing is applied in computers also. When we connect different nodes of computers for sharing resources like hardware, software among the users is called a computer network. Or in general, a general definition of computer network is a computer network is a set of nodes like computers and networking devices that are connected through a communication for the purpose of communication of resources like hardware, software among the users. The general purpose of computer network is to share the resources. In hardware, resources may be printer, maybe scanner. In software, maybe file or any other software. Now, what are the advantages of computer networks? Computer network facilitate communication through email, video conferencing, instant messaging or any other mode. It share hardware devices also like printer, scanner. It enables or give the facility of file sharing. It shares softwares. It share information, data from one system to another. There are disadvantages of computer network also, as the things are centrally managed. If networks are badly managed, services can become unusable and productivity fails. If network get damaged, then all the services get halted. If software and files held centrally, it may be impossible to carry out any network if the central server fail. Generally, you have seen in our day-to-day life that if a central servers get fail, all the resources, all the system get halt out. In banking system, this problem generally arises, or in post office, you have heard that the bank server are not working. So at the time, all the system get halt out because of due to computer networks only, because they all are centrally organized. Lack of robustness, security issue, cost of network, these are also some disadvantages. Generally, security issues rises with computer networks. When we set up a network, it cost also measure. To handle a network organization, a specialist staff is required to run the network. If that staff is not available or some problem get arise, then any other non-technical person can't resolve the issues or the problem. So a network administrator or a well enhanced knowledge who have of networking, that person is deployed for the organization of network. So these are some basic disadvantages of computer networks. As we know that if something have goods, then they have also their bad part also. Like this, if the computer network have advantages, then there are some disadvantages also. Now we come to the evolution of networking, how computer network evolved. The first term here is ARPANET. As we say that this is the first phase of evolution of networking. Advanced Research Project Agency Network. It stands for Advanced Research Project Agency Network. In 1969, the US government formed an agency named ARPANET to connect computers at various university and defense agencies to share the resources, to share the data. Okay, the main objective of ARPANET was to develop a network that a cloud continue to function efficiently even in the event of a nuclear attack. If such type of any attacks or damages arises, then there should be something that it work smoothly. So the mechanism is developed during 1969. It is the first network to implement TCP/IP protocols. ARPANET is the first network which implemented TCP/IP. TCP/IP stands for Transmission Control Protocol and Internet Protocol, which is used for connection of computers over a network. TCP/IP को आपको ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा, ये एक ऐसा प्रोटोकॉल है जो कंप्यूटर्स को नेटवर्क से जोड़ता है. In mid-80s, National Science Foundation Network has developed then this NSF-NET, which is advanced version of this ARPANET. Here a picture for you in which I have described internet is how the networks evolution of a network. In 1969 ARPANET, then in 1980 it is NSF-NET, then in 1990 it is internet. ARPANET is used to connect computers at US defense and different universities. NSF-NET, a high capacity network to be used strictly for academic and engineering research. Now internet in 1990 it is a combination of ARPANET and NSF-NET and other private networks. Now about internet. Internet means interconnection of network. The internet is a worldwide network of computer networks. It is not owned by anybody. The internet has evolved from ARPANET and NSF-NET. The internet is globally connected network system that utilizes TCP/IP to transmit information. This protocol is used to transmit information. Following services are available through internet like audio conferencing, video conferencing, online movies, email, online gaming, data transfer, file sharing, messaging, social networking sites, online shopping, and many other things also, financial services, e-commerce, etc., etc. So this is all the work of internet. Internet, it is a local or restricted communication network, especially for a private network. Okay, now that there are two terms, internet and intranet, generally question arises in our mind, what is the difference between internet and intranet. Internet is an interconnection of network, but intranet is a network which is restricted for a local company or for a local organization. It is not, intranet is not is not used by public, or it can't be used publicly. It will be used only by that organization in which it has been it has set up. Okay, so internet can be used by anyone, but intranet will be used by only for that organization or that company only, for where or for which it has been set up. जिसके लिए वो सेटअप हुआ है वही उस नेटवर्क को यूज़ कर सकते हैं, उसको बोला जाएगा इंटरनेट. इंटरनेट पब्लिकली यूज़ नहीं किया जाता है. इंटरनेट जो है वो इंटरकनेक्शन है, उसको कोई भी यूज़ कर सकता है. तो ये बेसिक डिफरेंस है इंटरनेट और इंटरनेट में. इंटरनेट किसी कंपनी का हो सकता है, किसी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का हो सकता है. उसी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के अंदर ही डाटा और फाइल्स को शेयर करने के लिए या हार्डवेयर को शेयर करने के लिए इंटरनेट का यूज़ किया जाता है. जैसे बड़ी बड़ी कंपनीज़ हैं वो अपने से इंटरनेट को यूज़ नहीं करते हैं, उनके अपना इंटरनेट होता है, वो अपने इंटरनेट के थ्रू अपने हार्डवेयर को, सॉफ्टवेयर को और ईमेल सर्विसिंग को यूज़ करते हैं। जैसे सिट्रिक्स है, लोटस नोट है, ठीक है। दीज टू आर द सॉफ्टवेयर्स, मेल सर्वर्स जनरली वी कैन से आर यूज for the organization who have their own internet setup. They do not use them like Gmail, Hotmail or Yahoo, etc., etc. They have their own domain name for accessing of email or sending of any messages. Internet is managed by any person or organization. Next is Interspace. Interspace is a client-server software program that allows multiple users to communicate online with real-time audio, video, or text chat in 3D environment. It is a client-server software program that allows multiple users to communicate online in 3D environment. Video conferencing is an example of this Interspace. Now the things we are using nowadays like YouTube, all these are the or video conferencing, webinar, these all are the example of this Interspace. Now next is about switching technique. Switching technique generally means how our data get transmitted over a network, okay, or across a network. So switching techniques are used for transmitting data across a network. They are of two types: circuit switching and packet switching. So first is circuit switching. What is circuit switching? In circuit switching, a complete end-to-end transmission path is established between the source and the destination computer. Then the message is transmitted through the path. The main advantage of this technique is guaranteed delivery of the message, because a physical path is established between source and destination. Generally, this technique is used for voice communication. So this is the benefit of circuit switching, is that a physical path is connected between source and destination for transmission of data from one system to another. Next is packet switching. Packet switching introduces the idea of cutting data at source. Entire message is broken into small pieces called packets. Means the data is bundled into a small pieces of messages called packets. Generally, you have seen in the internet also that H+ or HSDPA, high speed data packet access. The data which we get or which we receive on our mobile is in the form of packets only. Okay. These were broken in smaller piece called packet, which are transmitted over a network without any resource being allocated. Each packet is transmitted and each packet may follow any route available at the destination packets to reach in a random order. A routing technique is used for sending these packets over a network. That is called routing. Route means a path is given or is provided to the packets to reach so that the packets can reach at their destination. At the destination, when all the packets are received, they are merged to form an original message. When these small packets reach at their destination, then again they merge to their original message, because the original message is broken down into smaller pieces of packets. Then these packets get routed over the network and they reach at the destination in a random order. Then these are again back or again merged to form a original message. In packet switching, all the packets are of fixed size and are stored in main memory. At the destination, the TCP protocol reassembles the packet into the complete message. If any packet or packets get lost or damaged, a request is sent to retransmit the same message or packet. If that packet get damaged or lost, then again a request is being sent that to retransmit the same message to the sender. Now come to the data communication terminologies. These are some basic terminologies we use in our day-to-day life or in data communication also. Channel, bandwidth, data transfer rate, So what is channel, or what is the bandwidth, or what is data transfer rate, we will study next slides. First one is channels. What is a channel? Channel is a physical medium like cable over which information is exchanged is called channel. Channel is a medium by which our information or our data get exchanged from source to destination. That is called channel. A channel here in computer networks, a channel is a physical medium, means it will be like cable, okay, or any transmission medium which have a physical existence. So generally in networks, physical existence medium is is of only of cable type. ट्रांसमिशन चैनल में भी एनालॉग और डिजिटल, जो ट्रांसमिशन चैनल है वो एनालॉग भी हो सकता है और डिजिटल भी हो सकता है. एज अ नेम सजेस्ट, एनालॉग चैनल ट्रांसमिट डेटा यूजिंग एनालॉग सिग्नल, वाइल डिजिटल चैनल ट्रांसमिट डेटा यूजिंग डिजिटल सिग्नल्स. ओके. In popular network terminology, paths over which data is sent or received is called data channel. This data channel may have tangible medium like copper wire, cable, or broadcast medium like radio waves. That is called channels. Now next is bandwidth. Data transfer rate that can be supported by a network is called bandwidth. Means at which a data is transferred and supported by a network is called bandwidth of that channel or that network. A bandwidth can be used in two different contexts. Bandwidth in hertz, okay, or bandwidth in bits per second. If the range of frequency contained in a composite signal or the range of frequency a channel can pass, it is measured as hertz or kilohertz or megahertz. उनको hertz में नापा जाएगा. कब? If the range of frequency contained in a composite signal is passes over a channel. If now next is bandwidth in bps, that is bits per second, a number of bit per second that a channel or link or network can transmit. When a channel send a number of bits, okay, per second, then it is measured in bits, bits per second. That is the minimum or minimum range of measuring the flow of data over a network. Okay, it can be measured as bps, kbps, mbps. bps is bits per second, kbps is kilobit per second, mbps is megabit per second. Now the data transfer rate defines the number of data elements bit sent in 1 second. The unit of bps is bits per second, kbps kilobit per second. When there is small b, it will be bits. When there is, it will be capital B, then we will say bytes. kbps, capital B, then kilobyte. Same megabyte, gigabyte, or TB, terabyte per second. If it is small b, then terabit, means the bit will be bit per second will be transmitted. B, or in case of TBPS, capital B, then byte or 8 bit will be transmit per second. Now come to our next topic, that is transmission media. Transmission media is a communication channel that carries the information from sender to the receiver. How our information is transmitted from one end to another. So in this topic we will study or we will discuss about this transmission media, how data get transmitted, what are the ways of transmitting the data from one end to another. Broadly, a communication medium is divided into or categorized into two parts, that is guided and second one is unguided. Guided means wire media, where a physical medium is used to transmit the data from one end to another. That is called guided media. Sometimes question also asks in your exam, give two example of guided media, give two example of unguided media. Okay, so you have to keep in your mind that guided media means wire media, in which wire is used or a physical media is used for transferring the data from one end to another. that is called guided media. Unguided means wireless, where there is no physical media is used for transmitting the data, means वायरलेस, वायर के बिना जहाँ पर हम डेटा को ट्रांसफ़र करते हैं उनको बोलते हैं अनगाइडेड मीडिया। तो गाइडेड मीडिया जिनमें वायर का यूज़ हो रहा है, वायर्ड कौन कौन से वायर का यूज़ होगा, ट्विस्टेड पेयर, कोएक्सियल केबल और ऑप्टिकल फाइबर। वायरलेस में जहाँ पर वायर का यूज़ नहीं होता है फिर भी डेटा का ट्रांसफ़र हो रहा है एक एंड से दूसरे एंड पे, वो किसके थ्रू हो रहा है, रेडियो वेव्स, माइक्रोवेव और इंफ्रारेड वेव्स। क्वेश्चन आ सकता है एग्जाम्पल ऑफ वन एग्जाम्पल ऑफ गाइडेड एंड वन एग्जाम्पल ऑफ अनगाइडेड मीडिया। तो आपको उसमें ध्यान रखना, गाइडेड मीडिया के एग्जाम्पल क्या हो जाएंगे, ट्विस्टेड पेयर, कोएक्सियल केबल और ऑप्टिकल फाइबर। अनगाइडेड के रेडियो वेव, माइक्रोवेव, इंफ्रारेड। ओके, सो वी विल स्टडी these guided and unguided media in our next slides. First is guided media or wire media. Its first example is twisted pair cable. This is probably the most widely used cable for creating small computer networks. It contains 4 twisted pair covered in an outer shield. These pair are color coded. An RJ45 connector is used to connect this cable to a computer. Generally you have seen at your home also if you have your broadband connection. Then a cable is placed to your system, from your system to modem, or you can say from your modem to your system for internet connection. Okay, that is twisted means the wire are twisted, they are overlapped with each other in a, you can say, cross cable. जैसे घरों में अपने लाइट के तार देखे होंगे तो एक दूसरे के ऊपर ऐसे आपस में मैश रहते हैं, ट्विस्ट रहता है उनमें, ठीक है, मुड़े हुए, तो उनको बोलेंगे हम ट्विस्टेड पेयर केबल। तो यहाँ पे लिखा है इट कंटेन, कितने पेयर होते हैं उसमें, 4, इट कंटेन 4 ट्विस्टेड पेयर, मीन्स कितने वायर हो जाएंगे, 8 वायर हो जाएंगे। तभी वो 8 वायर कितने बिट छोड़ेंगे, कितने बिट ट्रांसमिट करेंगे, 8 बिट्स को ट्रांसमिट करेंगे। ओके, now these twisted pairs, these cables are connected with a RJ45 connector, the connector, okay, which is used in next slide. I have placed image of these connectors like this. UTP, as the name suggests, unshielded twisted pair. These are the 4 pair of wire UTP cable. Now this UTP cable is connected with a RJ45 connector. Okay. Next is shielded twisted pair. A shielding is covered over these wires. That's why it is called shielded twisted pair. It is same like UTP, but each pair is shielded individually. उनको क्या कर दी जाती है, उनमें shielding कर दी जाती है. An outer shield covers all the pairs like UTP. STP data connectors are used to connect STP cable to the computer. Coaxial cable. A coaxial cable consists of 2 conductors that share a common axis. The inner conductor is a straight wire and the outer conductor is a shield that might be braided or a foil. This is the example of this coaxial cable. Generally you have seen a cable connection network or cable networks, they use this coaxial cable for transmission of data. Now what are the characteristics of coaxial cable? It can carry data for a large distance at a stretch, less susceptible to electromagnetic field. They are less susceptible. It means that when they pass through any electric wire, then the data does not get damaged, or there is no interference in data when they pass to the electromagnetic field. Bulkier and less flexible than twisted pair. They are bulkier due to of their weight, and thickness is about 1 cm diameter. Okay, this is the figure of coaxial cable. Copper wire, after then an insulation is shielded, then there is wire mesh, and outer cover is insulation. Next is optical fiber cable. Now this is the main cable generally we use for long distance communication. Optical fiber mostly used for transmitting the data with a very good speed. Optical fibers are used when you have to send a data in a stretch. for a long distance, maybe to 500 or 1000 kilometer. At that time we use these optical fiber only. Coaxial cable or this STP, shielded twisted pair, they are the coaxial cable can be used up to the range of 4 to 5 kilometer only. Coaxial cable or STP or UTP are used in a generally a building or generally a school campus only. But optical fiber is used for a large distance. Now what are optical fibers? They are the long thin strand of glass thickness which have thickness of human hair, like our hairs, same thickness they have. They are arranged in a bundles called optical fiber and used to transmit data through light signal over a long distance. An optical fiber has three parts: core, cladding and buffer coating. Core, what is core? It is a thin glass rod at the center through which the light travels. Light is the source through which our data transmit from one end to another. Okay, cladding, it is the outer optical material surrounding the core that reflect light back into the core. Cladding is the material surrounded over the outer optical material. It is the outer optical material surrounding the core that reflect the light back to the core. Okay, so it make a zigzag way for transferring the data by this optical fiber. Buffer coating, it is the plastic coating that protects the cable from damage and moisture. This is example of fiber optic. Now what are these are the characteristics of optical fiber. It carry data for large distance at a stretch. No susceptibility to electromagnetic field, whether they pass through the high transmission line or a transformer, electric transformer. Okay, so there is no susceptibility on these optical fiber cable, but especially skilled people are required to install optical fiber cable, who have experience of installing or who have knowledge of installation of optical fiber. Those people can only install all these optical fiber, no other can install. Till date it is the most expensive, at the same time most efficient cable used for computer network. These are the comparison of wire media, twisted, coaxial and optical. In case of optical fiber, you have seen have speed more than 100 Gbps, susceptibility almost nil, but its cost is very expensive. Now come to the wireless media. Wireless media means when we don't use or a media in which no wire are used for transmitting of data. Now the question is how data get transfer from one end to another. जब इसमें किसी प्रकार का वायर का यूज़ नहीं हो रहा है तो इनमें डेटा ट्रांसफ़र कैसे होता है? आंसर इज इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक वेव्स आर यूज फॉर वायरलेस कम्युनिकेशन ओवर कंप्यूटर नेटवर्क. इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक वेव्स का यूज होता है इसमें डेटा को ट्रांसफ़र करने के लिए. फ्रीक्वेंसी ऑफ द वेव आर मेजर इन हर्ट्ज. As the frequency of electromagnetic wave changes, their property also changes. This is the basic properties of electromagnetic waves. You have studied in physics also. Based on the frequency, electromagnetic wave are categorized in various categories. These categories are increasing order of frequency, like radio wave, microwave. Radio wave have the lowest frequency, then microwave, infrared, visible light, ultraviolet radiation, X-rays and gamma rays. Gamma rays have highest frequency. First is radio wave. Radio wave have frequency from 3 kilohertz to 3 gigahertz. Radio wave are used for communication over distance ranging from few meters to up to covering entire city. These waves are easy to generate and can travel long distance and can penetrate building easily. Okay, so that's why they are widely used for communication, both indoor and outdoor. Cordless phone, AM, FM radio broadcasting, garage door openers, all are example of radio wave transmission. This is the how radio wave travel. They travel in omnidirection. This is an example for you. Then radio wave are scattered in a omnidirection. These are the characteristics of radio wave. These waves are omnidirectional, so the transmitting and receiving antenna need not be aligned. क्योंकि वो omnidirection में चारों तरफ स्कैटर हो जाते हैं, तो रिसीविंग और ट्रांसमिटिंग एंटीना को अलाइन करने की ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ती है. Relatively inexpensive than wired media, it offer communication over difficult condition, terrain or condition. जहाँ पे डिफ़िकल्ट कंडीशंस हैं वहाँ पे रेडियो वेव सबसे आसानी से क्या हो जाती हैं, सेटअप हो सकती है। ओके, जैसे आपने उसमें देखा होगा आर्मी वगैरह में जो बॉर्डर वगैरह है, और हमारे बॉर्डर एरियाज़ में आर्मी में जो वॉकी टॉकी यूज़ करते हैं वो क्या यूज़ करते हैं, रेडियो वेव। उसमें क्या होती है, रेडियो वेव। इसीलिए वो हमेशा उनकी आवाज़ को कोई और ना सुन ले, उनके मैसेज को वो कोई और ना सुन ले, तो वो क्या करते हैं, यहाँ पे उसमें कोड के फॉर्म में आपस में एक दूसरे से कम्युनिकेट करते हैं। द ट्रांसमिशन कैन बी इंटरफेयर्ड बाय मोटर्स और अदर इलेक्ट्रिकल इक्विपमेंट। परमिशन फ्रॉम कंसर्न अथॉरिटी इज रिक्वायर्ड फॉर यूज ऑफ रेडियो वेव ट्रांसमिशन। परमिशन फ्रॉम कंसर्न अथॉरिटी इज यूज फॉर रेडियो वेव ट्रांसमिशन। हम अपने घर में ऐसे ही यूज़ नहीं कर सकते रेडियो वेव को। अगर आपको कहीं पर सेटअप करना है तो पहले गवर्नमेंट से उसकी परमिशन लेनी पड़ेगी। लेस सिक्योर मोड ऑफ ट्रांसमिशन। इसमें सिक्योरिटी इशू सबसे ज़्यादा रहता है रेडियो वेव में, बिकॉज ऑफ ड्यू टू देयर ओमनी डायरेक्शन ओनली, क्योंकि वो चारों तरफ फैल जाते हैं, उनको हम अलाइन नहीं कर सकते हैं, तो उनमें सिक्योरिटी नहीं रहती है। रेडियो सिग्नल अगर बॉर्डर के इधर भी है तो वो बॉर्डर के उस पार पे भी रेडियो सिग्नल क्या हो सकता है, रिसीव हो सकता है। सेकेंड इज माइक्रोवेव। माइक्रोवेव है फ्रीक्वेंसी फ्रॉम 300 मेगाहर्ट्ज to 300 gigahertz. This range has some overlapping portion with radio waves, as there is no clear-cut demarcation between radio wave and microwave. Microwave travel in straight line and cannot penetrate any solid object. This is the one property of microwave, that they travel in line of sight and cannot penetrate any solid object. These waves travel in straight line and therefore sending and receiving antenna have to be aligned with each other. क्योंकि वो लाइन ऑफ साइट में काम करते हैं, तो इसलिए रिसीविंग और सेंडिंग एंटीना को क्या करना पड़ेगा, अलाइन करना पड़ेगा, तभी उनके बीच में कम्युनिकेशन हो पाएगा। अलाइनमेंट मतलब उनको एक डायरेक्शन में मिलाना पड़ेगा ताकि उनके बीच में कम्युनिकेशन हो पाए। अगर उनमें अलाइनमेंट नहीं हो पाएगा तो देयर इज़ नो पॉसिबिलिटी ऑफ ट्रांसमिटिंग ऑफ डेटा लाइक दिस इज एग्जाम्पल ऑफ माइक्रोवेव कम्युनिकेशन। These are the characteristics of microwave: free from land acquisition right, inexpensive than wire media, offers easy communication over difficult terrain. Okay. Now infrared wave having frequency of 300 gigahertz to 400 terahertz. These are based on the Vibgyor spectrum of light. That red light has the lowest frequency in this spectrum. Infrared wave are also called because they have a frequency range just less than a red light. These waves are used for short range communication. Infrared are generally used for remote control or garage opener, etc. Okay, they cannot penetrate solid walls. Characteristic: it is a line of sight transmission. So therefore, information passed one device is not linked to another device. No government license is required. Line of sight transmission, therefore at a time only two devices can communicate. These waves do not cross any solid object in between. Performance drop with longer distance. Next is satellite link, usually used for very long distance wireless communication. Transmission from earth to satellite known as uplink. Transmission from satellite to the earth is known as downlink. Frequency used in uplink is this 1.6 GHz to 30 GHz, and downlink vary from 1.5 GHz to 20 GHz. Satellite system is very expensive, but it covers a long or large fringe of area. This is the how communication satellites are used for how satellites are used for communication. Characteristic: satellite cover large area of Earth. Since communication over a very long distance is possible, this become commercially attractive option. Because due to a large fringe of area, commercially attractive option. This system is expensive. It requires a legal permission. This is all about this chapter. Thank you for your support and cooperation. And stay at your home. Be safe. Thank you.